Hello, Blue Justin here. Still Justin, still not blue. And as we say goodbye to the Olympics set in the land of the rising sun, not the hooly gale that's blowing outside my window at the moment, so apologies in advance for any sound from that seeping into the video. It seems that to make up for last week's things not turning up, everything has turned up this week, so I have a huge selection to show you, including some rather interesting things, and I'll try my best not to go on too much about each individual item, but I can't make promises because I'm just not like that. Okay, I think we should probably get on with it. Okay, right, I'm going to wet my whistle before we start. Because there's quite a lot of talking I'm bound to have to do. And first up we have something that some of the people coming back from the Olympics will be saying they are, and quite rightly so. I Am Legend. This is the Zavvi exclusive 4K steelbook that came out this week. I must say that I'm rather disappointed, though not surprised, that the 4K only has the theatrical cut, and they've done the usual lazy thing of putting the extended cut and the theatrical cut only on the Blu-ray, and all the extras are only on the Blu-ray as well. So essentially they've just taken the old Blu-ray, thrown it in with a new theatrical cut 4K scan and said that's your lot. But on the upside, we do have this new steelbook cover, and it's gorgeous. Well, that's my opinion, obviously, but I mean, compared to any other releases I've seen of this, that is just standout. That is so nice. I don't think I'm not going to open it yet or anything, but I don't think it's got embossing, debossing, anything like that. I'm not quite sure, obviously, underneath the cellophane, whether or not anything is metallicized or anything, but that's a lovely image on the up, and I can say that I can feel that these are obviously just stickers, so those are removable. So okay, that's your I Am Legend. Another one that came out this week is XMen Apocalypse. This is the Zavvi 4K exclusive steelbook with the lenticular cover. I don't think you can see particularly through the plastic how the lenticular works, not too much anyway, you can see a little bit there, but I can say that I'm very impressed with how much depth there is with the way that the picture's laid out. Professor X is definitely in front of Magneto, who is again steps in front of the characters behind, and again behind them, and finally just the image at the back of Apocalypse himself is looking down on everybody right from the back. Very nice indeed. I don't think if you've got this on 4K the actual contents are going to be any different, but if you haven't, then it seems to be a rather nice addition. I would say that I don't think the artwork is as nice as the artwork on the steelbook for the 3D, which I do have, and I am a little bit disappointed that a lot of these lenticulars coming out from Savvy aren't going with the more original artwork, but at the same time I can understand why they're not. They've got to, they've got to do the lenticularizing, is that a word? It is now, on it, so that's difficult enough on any sort of art, so they probably just need something that they know already. And so much criticism goes on of new artwork saying, oh, I prefer the old stuff, etc. So maybe they decided they'd play safe rather than risk it. Yes, this one is the US import of the Sting 4K Steelbook. I was, to be perfectly honest, just after the Steelbook itself, and didn't want to buy the UK one, which only came with all the art cards and things. I don't mind art cards in certain special circumstances, as you would have seen from my recent unboxing of the Everything Blue Oblivion, but this one was just going to, in my mind, take up a lot of space on the shelf. All I wanted was the Steelbook for the absolutely fantastic film that it is. I did have one ordered on eBay at a very, very reasonable price, but unfortunately it seemed to disappear in the post. I did get an immediate refund, so it wasn't a problem, but I instinctively went on and got another one that probably would have cost me just as much as getting the UK one and throwing away all the extra packaging. Though on the other hand, I think the UK one is practically impossible to get hold of now, if I remember correctly. I may be wrong. Anyway, fantastic film. Even if you don't see it in 4K, just go out and get it and make sure you've seen it, because you need to. And on to something that I've been trying to add to a couple of things, especially because I said last week that I didn't have that much DC stuff on, DC animated stuff on disc, and that I did was some of the Batman stuff that I had in Steelbook format. And in this case, I wanted to continue that idea of trying to get more DC animated stuff, because I've heard it's very good, but I wanted to keep on with the idea of it being in Steelbooks, because I'm a big fan of the Steelbook format, as I think you've probably gathered by now, and therefore I picked up a rather reasonably priced, actually, Steelbook from eBay of Wonder Woman Bloodlines. This should be most interesting, and for some reason this one is quite easily available at what I call a very reasonable price for a for the Steelbook. So if you're interested in Steelbooks and the DC animated stuff, then I think this is probably relatively easy to get hold of for you. It was for me. And on to what we have next. Oh yes, an absolute bargain I noticed pop up on one of my things that I get sent about. Oh, would you like? We've seen what you like, so would you like to buy this? And I don't know how it popped up because I hadn't specifically got any of the rest before, but it's very, very nice that I have now. And this is the Maze Runner Trilogy, whole lot, all in one single thickness case. And considering I haven't got any of them before, that's an absolute, easy choice for me to make, because I've heard they're pretty good. Even if they're not going to be top of my list forever, it's certainly worth a tenner, brand new. It's supposed to be an HMV exclusive, but for whatever reason nowadays, Amazon are selling it through Amazon, not through Marketplace. For this one was a tenner, so all three Maze Runner movies for a tenner. That sounds fair to me. And as I was saying last week, I was after lots of witchy stuff, and this was supposed to turn up then. But been after this for a little while, or thinking about getting it. This is the Blu-ray of the witches, which is the one with no pun intended, Angelica Houston in. I know it's been remade since then, and both are apparently very good, but I think this is the one that pulls on people's memories the most. I haven't actually seen it, so I don't know whether it's going to lose some of its appeal because it's not part of my childhood or whatever, but I still heard it's very, very good. It's really, really hard to get hold of nowadays for some reason, because it's only available in this special edition anniversary 30th collector's set, with what's it got in it? Yes, it's actually not got much on the disc. I looked it up at some point, but the set has got some art cards, a booklet, and a replica theatrical poster. But it's the only way you can get it. I think Amazon has sold out and have been sold out for ages, and they don't know if they're ever going to get any back in. However, HMV, I think, still have it. This is where I got my copy, and they just got it standardly in the store, so I don't know why Amazon can't get it, but they can't. So anyway, that's Witches with Angelica Houston. Looking forward to, I'll probably pop that one on in October for a Halloween watch. Not too scary for my wife. And the next one is one that will go down well, I hope, with Kermit's Ghost, and I've been after it for, or hoping it will get released on a Blu-ray for absolutely ages. When I saw it was coming out in the US, I had to get it imported immediately. And that's Eight-Legged Freaks. Oh yeah. One of my favourites, if not my absolute favourite spider monster movie. It's just so much fun. There is one scene in it I'm not a fan of because I'm a bit of an animal lover. Then again, it's found by most people to be one of the funniest scenes in the movie, so I'm probably being oversensitive. And it isn't that horrible, to be honest. It took me a bit by surprise. But I honestly suggest you watch this one. It's just really well put together. It's not particularly high budget, but it's got very inventive special effects, lots of different types of spiders. You know, those little itty bitty ones that in real life, that jumping spiders and that. The scene of those grown large to about, oh, I don't know, yay big, something like that. Should I cut that or not? Jumping huge great distances, chasing a whole bunch of people on motorbikes or motocross bikes. It's absolutely brilliant, and there's all types of the different ones here. We got obviously huge ones, spiders that leap like gazelles, like I said, web spitting spiders, and spiders that suck your inside out like they're doing it through a straw, and they're all not good for you. And you can tell that it's supposed to be a humour horror just by the wording on the back. It starts off, what do you get when you cross toxic waste with a bunch of exotic spiders? Eaten. David Arquette is leading two-legged stars and mobilising the citizenry in a last-ditch fight to survive. And he's hoping they succeed, because if they don't, maybe the world could be reduced to one giant website. Sorry, not my joke, theirs. Loads and loads of special features. It's a new 2K scan of the interpositive, and there's a new making of. Like I said before, this has only ever been available on DVD. This is the first time it's been available on Blu-ray, so I'm very, very pleased. I mean, obviously I wish they released it in the UK as well at a more reasonable price, but other than that, they've also got new interviews with the writer-director and the producer and co-stars, the composer, the creature makeup effects artist, animal trainer. It's got an audio commentary by the co-stars, David Arquette, Rick Overton, Ellery Elkayam and Dean Devlin, and there's some additional scenes of spiders in action, and there's his maker's original award-winning short film Larger Than Life, as well as the theatrical trailer. So loads of goodies on there for you, and in addition to which you can look out for Scarlett Johansson in an early role in her career in this one, so that's something to look forward to. That's always good fun. I probably wouldn't have recognised her at the time because I didn't know the actress when I first watched this back in the day, as a famous popular saying goes nowadays, back in the day. But yeah, really looking forward to getting a chance to rewatch that one. A couple of 101s coming up now. This old one, it's, like I say, been out quite a while, but what did I get it for? Ooh. Why can't I see it on my list? Oh yeah, it's well under a tenner, so I thought it'd be good to see. Big Navy ex-commando turned bodyguard, assassins, failed missions, hostages, terrorists. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a full-on action thriller fun. So I'm going to enjoy that. Similarly, I think I will enjoy, even though it's not received the best reviews, the rather 18 rated Christopher Lambert and Ice-T in Mean Guns, another 101 films release from their cult movie collection. 100 Assassins, 1,000 Weapons, $10 million. I think we can tell from that as a tagline where we are going. Again, what was that? That was under a $5, so easy to pick up at the moment for a very reasonable price. The next one I managed to get on. Sorry, you can't get it in the moment as far as I'm aware for what I got it for. I ordered it a long while ago, and I think I picked it up right at the nadir of its price point. I don't know how I managed to fluke it, but I did. I picked up the Sky original of Promising Young Woman, which I hear only good things about. And ever since I saw the original adverts on the TV about it, I have been really looking forward to seeing. And I would like to emphasize that I'm saying here and now, look, you streaming people, if you put it on physical, I'll buy it on physical. So you don't have to try and force me to pay for streaming. And I don't like it when you do. So just pay that in, keep that in mind. That will become obvious why I'm saying that in just a few moments' time. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I think at the moment it's only down to about 15 quid, which is quite a lot. I know it's a new release, but that's quite a lot compared to a normal price of a Blu-ray, even on relatively new release for a movie that's been on TV. It's got a couple of features on it, but other than that, no, I think it might turn out to be one of those absolute gems. Oh, and I meant to say, yes, I don't know how I did it, but I got this for about £7 something. Pure fluke. And talking of more things that are on streaming and came out, Sky Original. This is SAS Red Notice. I was hoping to get this onto my birthday list, but they shifted the release date back by a couple of weeks, which is really rather annoying, so I couldn't. So I picked it up. I was going to pick it up immediately afterwards, but they also put the price up to something silly as well, so I didn't do that. And that's just the way of things. But it's dropped down to something reasonable now. Now, what was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was originally, it was about supposed to be around the 27 quid mark, but they knew no one would pay that. It came out at about the 20 odd pounds mark. It finally dropped down to around 15, and now it's dropped down to around 10, and I thought it was worth that. And again, I would just like to absolutely emphasize, look, if you put it on streaming and I want to buy it and you put it on physical, I will buy it. I will, but you have to make it available on physical. And the reason I'm emphasizing is not that I wanted to do this, but there are some companies, and I think we all know who they are, who are not putting their stuff out on physical because they're trying to force you to go to the streaming channels to even keep up with the universe that they're then going to put into the films. So it's wrong, in my opinion. So I had to go to other sources, and I can guarantee you that if and when these companies change their minds, put it out on proper sell-through, I will be first to throw these into the bin and buy them on proper sell-through and support the people who made them, but not the streaming channel. But I did pick up Mandalorian, Loki, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and the second series of Mandalorian. I'm not going to go deep into those purely because I'm not particularly proud of the fact that I had to do so, but onto something a little bit lighter, and this is something I do now have the correct shirt for you. If you remember from last time, I had to use a slight replacement shirt from a slightly different series that almost fitted. This is the correct shirt for The Testament of Sister New Devil. This one is Burst, which is the second series. I've noticed that quite a few anime, I'll get it right, I don't want to be told off, anime series name their series rather than saying season 2, whatever. And this is Burst, which is the equivalent of volume 2, season 2. The The shirt actually happens to be a little bit ahead. I think it's, what was it, some departures, yeah. And I think that's probably going to be season 3. But anyway, yes, this is the second series that I'm following up number 1 with. I picked up the other week about the people who move in together, got upcoming demon lord and a demon slayer descendant living next door, as you do. What could possibly go wrong? And 18 rated, so I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be fun. Again, with the anime side of things, I hear very, very good things about this series. RWBY, it is pronounced Ruby. I checked. This is volume 4. I don't have volumes 1, 2 and 3. The reason I have volume 4 is because I've ordered volumes 1, 2 and 3 in a volumes 1 to 3 steelbook. Now the volume 1 to 3 steelbook is out of print, so I've had to order it from a third-party source and it hasn't arrived yet. I've also, I really, really hope I like it, because I've also ordered volume 5. But the odd thing is that depending on where you go, these are they're supposed to be around about the £15 odd mark each for a volume. I mean, and they are volumes. Technically speaking, I think it's all one series that goes on for ages and ages. The UK is only available up to volume 5. I think they've gone a little bit further already in the States, up to about 9. But depending on where you go, you can only get 1, 2 and 3 in some shops and 4 and 5 in others, and it's quite confusing. I think it's down to the fact that, why am I pointing at the age rating? It says only a 12. Some of them are 15s, but the fact that it moved from a different company, possibly to Manga Home Entertainment at some point, similarly to, as it says here, it's from the creators of Red vs. Blue. Red vs. Blue is a very, very popular anime based on the computer game Halo, and I'm rather interested in seeing that as well, but I haven't yet. It seems very much to be a case of you can get some of them in some shops or even online, stocked by different people, Amazon or HMV or whatever, but you'll find that Amazon will only stock 1 to 3, and for 4 you'll have to get their Australian copy or etc. And then, but HMV will have 4 and 5, but it won't have 1 to 3. Zavvi will, but it'll charge you about £10 each, whereas if you get these from the correct shops or search around for them, they're actually only about £4.99 a pop. So if you're interested in trying out some well-regarded anime of not too lower rating, as I said, the series 1 to 3 I think are 12s and 15s, so there is some slightly more adult content than child content, shall we say. Then I think you can start off with a series of this for a £5 brand new, and probably under that if you can find it elsewhere. So just give it a shot if you're even vaguely interested. For what it's worth, I believe it stands for each of the characters: red, white, blue and yellow. Though those aren't their names. They're characters I can't remember the names of, because it doesn't happen to say on the back. On to it more. An interesting pickup, or I thought it was interesting. They got advertised to me because companies, through obvious things like cookies that you can't really escape, just know what you like. Well, they know what I like. T-shirts and lots and lots of Blu-rays. I got sort of Orphan Black. This is obviously a BBC backed some point series. This is the whole seasons 1 to 5 on Blu-ray. They released separate, but you can. This does make it a little bit slimmer because you've got one case for 1 and 2, another case for 2 and 3. Sorry, 3 and 4, and that's 5. Whereas normally you'd have to get them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I think it's only the final seasons that 18 rated. The other ones are 15. The essential plot is that there's a sort of streetwise orphan who comes across someone who looks almost identical to her, who's been killed. I can't remember the details because it doesn't say immediately in front of me. I think it was in a car accident or something like that. And she thinks, well, looks identical to me. I'll take over her identity. That'll solve all my money problems. Just empty her bank account. Everything will be great. And then she finds out that the person that she's come across who's dead is not just looking like her a lot. It's actually her clone sister. And she finds out that eventually that there are more and more of these clones around the world, and there's a big plot and company behind the whole thing, and they've got to get together and support each other to keep each other safe and find out, bring down what the company's up to. And it sounds really, really excellent to me. So what was that for? I can't remember now. Yeah, that was still quite expensive, but it's like I said, 5 seasons, so lots to watch there. That's Orphan Black, all in one go. So since it's over, I must confess I do like series that I can buy up once they're definitely complete and go, right, I don't have to wait around, I can start watching them now. I won't have to worry about things coming out, stuff like that. Oh, here's another interesting one. I did tell you I'm almost near the end actually now. So I think I have been reasonably brief on most of these. This is another one that I picked up quite recently, and I picked up amazingly cheaply for technical reasons, which I will go into lightly. But the recommended retail for this is about 30 quid. It's actually available for about a tenner, but because Amazon messed up an order of mine, they apologised by giving me a £5 off my next order voucher. So, oh dear, £5 for a 30 quid article. And you're saying, get on with it, show us what it is. Okay, it's Doom Patrol. It's DC based. So it's there. And got some of their most unique superheroes. By the way, I hate that. They're either unique or they're not. You cannot be most unique. Somebody should sort out the English language for some of these writers. Can you give me the job and pay me highly? We've got Robot Man, Negative Man, Larry Trainer, Elasti Woman, Crazy Jane, and led by the Chief, who's also known as the Mad Scientist, played by Timothy Dalton. Which looks like fun. 15 intriguing and powerfully funny episodes. Obviously the humour is quite dark, given it's an 18 with strong bloody violence, gory images, threat, sex and very strong language. However, I would like to seriously ask anybody who has seen this or knows much more about it than I do a question, and I would really appreciate it if you would comment down below if you know the answer. I read somewhere, I've not on the back here, that this is set after Titans. Now, does that mean the Titans TV series, which I have seasons 1 and 2 of, and does that mean there are only 2 seasons of the Titans? Or does it mean it's set after season 1 of the Titans, or it's set after seasons 1 and 2 of the Titans, and then runs in parallel with anything they do in future? Or any help would be appreciated. I just want to make sure I'm watching them in the right order, so I don't go, who they, why are they doing that sort of situation, because I'm not particularly familiar with the DC character universe, so I don't wish to put myself in a position where I'm even more confused than I need to be. So, like I said, any help appreciated. Please comment down below. Thank you very much indeed in advance. And finally, a TV series which is a spin-off from films that I like very much indeed. I don't think the series was as good as I hoped it would be, but it was gaining. It was pretty good, and it was gaining its feet, I think. And this is the Lethal Weapon series. Retold a little bit too much of the story, or changed a bit too much from the films for my liking. I think they should have done it a little bit differently, but they chose to do it the way they did it, and you either accept it or you don't. This is, like I said, seasons 1 and 2. Unfortunately, after season 2, the character who's playing, or the actor who's playing Riggs, got into personal difficulties and was either fired or had to give up his role, and was replaced in season 3. And as predicted, I don't believe it went down particularly well. Season 3 has been released on Blu-ray in the States, but there's no sign of it so far as I know, in the UK. So if I want to finish up, then I'll have to get the one from the States. I believe it was introduced not as a new actor playing Riggs. They introduced a reason why Riggs had left, and it was a new character but played the same role, if you know what I mean. If he played the same part of the duo, same sort of characteristics to bounce off of. But like I say, I think it was a lot better than it could have been better, but again, it had its high points. There were some nice backstory things that were really building up, especially with Riggs's character and background with his father, and where all that was coming from and where it was going. And I think that would have worked really, really well if it had been able to continue. But I think the change of actor as part of the whole setup in season 3, I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked right now, I'll probably put something up there, I think killed the series off, and I don't think they did any more after that. And that was widely expected when the announcement was made that it wasn't going to work out. So anyway, that's it for this week. It's probably been long enough. So I've got a huge great pile there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the like button if you want to see anything more, please hit the subscribe as well, and also the notification bell so you get reminded of when I've put up new videos. I haven't done an extra one in the middle of this week apart from the reminder about my 100 subscriber giveaway, which I'm going to remind you again about now, because I'm going to be making the draw on that within the next 24 to 48 hours. So if you're interested in entering that free giveaway draw, just go to the 100 subscriber giveaway video and make a comment underneath, like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's all you need to do, and as I've said before, all the prizes are, I've checked region A and B. Please make sure your entries are in for the draw. As I mentioned, I hope I've mentioned it and reminded people a number of times now. It's been up for a good while, and I hope, wishing you all the best of luck to all my entrants, and that's all planned out. I've worked out the software on how to do the draw and everything. So in the meantime, please keep on enjoying my videos and versus videos, the TV, the movies, going to the cinema, I hope, as long as they keep on letting us do so. And I shall be back with more videos very, very soon. And I will let you know that I actually do have some time off coming up, and that should hopefully mean that I can get a good little bunch of videos put together then, and I can maybe even put out things other than just unboxing and hauls that I've keep on telling you that I've got planned, but I don't keep on showing you, do I? But anyway, cheers. Thanks.